The Titanic had suddenly appeared in New York, bringing with it an avalanche of ocean garbage. And behind it all were the Aqua Sapiens from the deep. They'd brought the trash to human cities, but this trash was discarded by humans themselves. The United Nations had no choice but to negotiate, but the leader of the Aqua Sapiens has set the meeting place at the Romance Trench. To make sure this negotiation actually went smoothly, the United Nations put me through an emergency crash training program. They arranged for professionals to accompany me into the Aqua Sapiens world. Everything was in place. It was time to dive into the unknown. I noticed a scientist was cradling a box in his arms and asked what was inside. He opened it up to reveal a specially crafted model of Earth. Before long, the mission kicked off. The negotiation team climbed into the submersible. Outside, the crew sealed it up tight. The pilot guided the submersible into the water. From here on out, all we could do was wait as it sank under its own weight. The suffocating fear of what was out there left all of us practically gasping for air. Then, out of nowhere, the depths below us erupted with violent tremors. But our instruments clearly showed we were nowhere near the ocean floor yet. General Harrison tried to reach the surface, but the radio was dead. The next instant, the submersible shuddered again. Then the cable above us went into free fall. The control center watched in horror as the data showed the submersible moving at an impossible speed. Something had grabbed it and was dragging it away. Shortly after, another loud bang echoed through the hull. This time, it felt like we'd landed. Dr. Taylor sensed something was deeply wrong. The pressure readings were almost identical to those on land. This was 7,000 meters underwater. Before everyone could react, the cabin lights cut out completely. We pulled on our oxygen masks. In the midst of a harrowing, the hatch was ripped clean open by some kind of external force, but nothing came in. Finally, General Harrison stepped out first. I followed close behind. What we saw left us completely frozen. There was no seawater. There was an air-filled space, stretching out in every direction. Millions of tons of water held back by some invisible. The entire space seemed to be lined with a living membrane. I gasped at the absurdity of it. Before any of us could recover from the shock, the leader appeared out of nowhere. She gestured for us to remove our masks. At the suggestion, every single one of us hesitated. Instinctively, the leader walked up to me and pulled off my mask herself. I took a breath, felt exactly like standing on dry land. Gradually, everyone else followed suit, all except for the jumpy Taylor, who still refused to take hers off. The leader then guided our group deeper inside. Apparently, the Aqua Sapiens were a nomadic people. Every ocean and waterway on Earth was their home. But in just the short time it took to walk a little further, I had gotten completely separated from the rest of the group. It was just me and the leader out here. She started walking closer, reaching out to touch my face. My skin is warm and rough. Just as we were about to get deeper into our exchange, General Harrison's voice cut through the silence. After reuniting with my teammates, the group pressed on, guided by the leader, until we arrived at an even grander chamber. Countless Aqua Sapiens stood in formation ahead of us. The female leader told us not to be afraid. This place had been prepared for us. Taylor presented the Earth model to the leader, but the very next second, the model pulsed with an eerie red glow.